This is the plaintiff, Monique Cummings. She says she entered into an agreement with the defendant, her landlord, and he didn't hold up his end of the deal. She rented commercial space from him and agreed to make renovations for a reduced rent. The only problem was he had the electricity turned off in the place for a year while he was making his own renovations. How he expects anyone to conduct a successful business with no power is anyone's guess. Bottom line, she's suing for $4,100. The money she's most definitely out. This is the defendant, Bruce Bodie. He says he's amazed that in America anyone can sue for anything. He says the electric company uninstalled her electric meter because the bill hadn't been paid. They also informed him the meter needed to be reinstalled in his meter room because some of the renovations the plaintiff made were not up to code. He did the right thing by the electric company, but the plaintiff wouldn't sign a lease, so he locked her out, and that's when this lawsuit was filed. He's accused of squeezing the juice from a tenant.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Monique Cummings and Alfred Davis. You have power of attorney for Alfred. That's your dad?
Yes, that's my dad.
Okay. You are suing Bruce Bodie for $4,100 that you want returned to you, 1 month's rent, plus money that you spent renovating the place because he did not deliver the place to you. All right, tell me what's going on.
Basically, I entered into a legal commercial agreement with him back in February of 2009.
Okay.
And what happened was during that February, March, and April, we were renovating the place. The place was totally shot.
Where is this?
Fort Lauderdale.
All right, so go ahead.
And basically what happened is February, March, and April, it was okay. I had paid contractors. They came in. This place was a studio, a music studio, recording studio. And
what were you going to do? You were going to make it into what?
A family clothing store.
Okay.
Family urban wear.
Okay.
And during February, March, and April, I had power.
Power being
Power
electricity.
meaning electricity.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So everything was going okay until probably about the 15th or the 14th of April. The contractors arrived. My dad, he went up there and just to verify that the place was out without power. And I called the electric company, and they stated they weren't bringing a meter out because that was due to a fire in the meter room. And I initially thought that it was maybe something I had done. But when I spoke with my contractors, nothing electrical was done yet.
Okay, but what was it that went wrong in the electrical room?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I mean, it's an old building. It's a really old building. The meter room was in bad shape. Some folks said it was a fire.
What happens? You have no power now in the month of what? April?
From April all the way up until April of 2010.
Wait, a whole year?
A whole.
How long was your lease for?
1 year.
1 year, February 2010.
Right.
So you're without power the entire year? I mean, basically from April to the, so you never opened?
Right, and
okay.
never opened, never got the chance to open.
And then what happens?
During this year,
But why is it, well, okay, wait, I can't wait. Why is she without power for all that time?
Your Honor, I had to rebuild the meter room. They would not, the power company came and took her meter out. They said, we're not going to give her meter back until the meter room is brought up to code.
Okay.
Great. So I went to the plaintiff and I said, listen, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of time to rebuild this meter room.
How did it take a year?
It cost $20,000 to rebuild the meter room.
So you didn't have the money
to do it.
Okay, no, that I understand. That makes sense to me.
Right.
It's not good for your case, but it makes sense. Okay, so go ahead.
So I had to get the money. It cost $20,000. I finally got the money, raised the money, rebuilt the room. What we had agreed upon was I said, listen, don't do anything. You know, no rent, you don't have to pay anything. When I get the meter room rebuilt, we'll sign a brand new 1-year lease, no muss, no fuss, and we'll be on our way. And she
agreed to that.
And she agreed to that.
And so then what happens? She agreed to not launch her business for a year.
Apparently, yes.
Why would you agree to that?
Because of the simple fact that everywhere I went, Your Honor, they were much higher than this place.
Okay, so it was worth it to you. So you're going to give her a new lease, and what? What happens when you give her a new lease?
Didn't sign the lease.
And why didn't you sign the lease?
Because he had certain things in the lease that I didn't agree with. I didn't agree with, for one, the rent increase. Because I felt like
the rent?
Yes,
no, Your Honor, I didn't increase the rent. What I did was I started to pass along the sales tax.
So yeah, so you increased what she had to pay.
Plus water. And
Plus what?
That's not
plus
accurate.
water.
Plus water.
That's not accurate.
Now, let me
Well,
see the new lease. Let me see the old lease. How did you change the lease? But, I mean, seriously, you think you're in a position to
Microsoft
bargain
Word.
when, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You think you were in a position to bargain after she had, because here's the lady has put, according to her, and I'm going to check that out now, $3,300 in renovations. So another tenant might have done this. What? You're not providing electricity? If it was me, okay, and I'm your tenant, and all of a sudden you can't provide electricity because you don't have the 20 grand it takes to get up to code, I say to you, that's unfortunate. I'm taking my business elsewhere. By the way, you owe me $3,300. Because when a tenant renovates a place, they're doing so at their own pocket. And you get to keep all the fixture stuff. That's usually how every lease reads. I'm assuming yours read the same way. But that is assuming that you are providing the tenancy. And if something happens, like a fire in the electrical room, where you are no longer providing a place that she can do business from because there's no power to it, then you are reneging on your part of things. So another tenant would have said to you, hand me $3,300. You would have said, I don't have $3,300 because I'm trying to save money to pay the $20,000 to fix the place so I can rent it. And then she would have said, I'm suing you, and gone and sued you for the $3,300 immediately and taken her business elsewhere. She didn't. So what do? You promptly hand her a new lease with terms that are better for you?
Yes.
Well, that stinks. Wow. According to you, the change in the new lease is you pay more? How much more?
Probably about $67 more.
$48, Your Honor.
Okay, 67 or 48, but you pay more, and then you have to pay for water?
Right.
Okay, so do you tell him, I'm not paying 67, what do you say to him?
I tell him, I'm not you know, Bruce, I waited on you this amount of time, and I just don't feel that I should have to pay anything other than the $800 that we agreed on originally. I mean, I've been just more than patient with you.
Okay.
And I made him understand, because where I come from, everybody around me was like, you know, what they were going to do. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this the right way. This is one thing I'm going to do the right way. Because they were, you know, just to the point.
What do you mean? What was everybody, where you come from, they were saying you should do what?
They were about to hang him upside down.
Who's he? Who's that guy?
That's my fiance, Perry.
And what was Perry saying you should do?
He was absolutely livid about this entire situation because he was the main person funding me. But this was his money, his hard-earned money.
His money?
Yes, and he spoke with Bruce. He said, you need to give her money back. You need to do it today, or this, that, or the other.
Or this, that, or the other.
Right.
That's the
and
part
I'm
you don't want to tell me?
Right, I didn't want to tell you that, but I was telling him to calm down.
So you tell me about the this, that, or the other.
Right.
What did he say?
Colorful language, you know, this type of thing. I honestly don't remember the phone call.
Okay, that apparently didn't upset you too much.
It didn't upset me too much, no.
All right, so now she refuses to sign. Why don't you then just go back and give her the same old lease?
I would have, Your Honor. I mean,
but
really,
then
seriously.
What happened?
Seriously.
But what happened? It just ticked her off so much that she wouldn't sign anything?
I couldn't get her to sign the lease, Your Honor. Really, for $48, I'm
yeah,
going
but
to
for
lose
40,
a tenant?
but see, that's the problem. You're looking at me saying, come on, for $48? I'm looking at you saying, come on, for $48?
But here's
because
why.
she's the one who was patient.
Right, but here's why. All my other tenants' leases had re-upped.
I don't care.
Well, it matters.
No, it doesn't.
It does matter, because in this neighborhood...
It doesn't, because look at you. Where are you?
I'm in People's Court.
Right. So who's right? Did it matter or didn't it? Should you have then turned to her and said, okay, we'll do it your way, that's fine, the amount you want, whatever, and then kept things going? Or should you have bought yourself a lawsuit where now you're getting sued for $41? Now, not only have you not made rent on the place all this time, but now she's going to sue you for the renovations.
Exactly. That's
right.
the wound. That's what I'm saying.
So if I'm you, I eat $48. And if you did get a lease with her, all you had to do was get a lease with her. If you got a lease with her, instead of being greedy and wanting those $48.
Why is it greed?
What?
Why is it gotta be greed?
Because it is. You're not listening.
I'm listening. I'm listening very clearly.
Then it's just not sinking into your melon, and you need to hear me. Because the day you couldn't, in a week, fix the electrical problem is the day you breached your lease with her. And when you breached the lease by not providing a business space for her, she now doesn't have to pay a penny of the renovations.
Your Honor, we had a verbal agreement that she would re-sign a new lease.
Because you can't have a verbal agreement for real estate, for commercial real estate. So that's one. But two, let's assume the morality of it. That's fabulous if you handed her the exact same thing on the exact same terms. But when you got greedy and wanted the water and the tax paid by her, whatever it is that was the change, then you were not abiding by even a verbal unenforceable agreement. So you are really out of gas. I'm stunned. Can you please show me the receipts for the renovations that you did in there? And what month are you suing for? You say $800, 1 month's rent. What month are we?
$400 was for the lockout. He locked me out of the place. He started putting my things out. He had a locksmith there. I had to get on the phone.
Okay.
That was in the month of September. And
of
then
what year?
Of 2010. But I told
you didn't pay rent in September?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But the rent that I paid for my last month of February of 2010.
And not February. What month are you talking about?
February of 2010, because I gave him first, last, and security.
Okay.
And February, I still wasn't in my place. I still wasn't able to open my doors on my business.
Okay, I'm confused. If you gave him first, last, and security, why are you not also suing for security?
I don't know. He actually
So
he
returned
the
That's how
security.
greedy I
Okay,
was.
no, that is-
That's how
he
greedy I was.
returned
I
it.
gave her back.
Yeah, but you're still greedy. Over $48, you ended up buying yourself a lawsuit.
If I was greedy,
Goofy.
I would have
You're right.
kept
Perhaps
it
a
all.
better term is goofy, okay? Because this is, it's insanity. All right, now, so you got back the security. You're suing for the last month, which is the you never got to live a month. You never got to use the month.
Right.
So that's what you're suing for. When you're suing for 1 month's rent, it's, quote, last month's rent.
Actually, half of last month's and the 2-week lockout.
Okay, I need to see proof you paid $3,300, not just a letter with somebody. You could have done this on your own computer this morning.
Well, she's waiting on a phone call.
I ain't calling her.
Okay,
She's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
be waiting a long time.
You're
How'd you
right.
pay her? In
I
cash?
paid her cash, money orders.
Money orders? So how about the money orders? Did you
Money,
have-
I don't have anything because during that time we were moving. The only thing that my
Stop talking.
contractors...
Stop talking. Just stop talking. I'm so annoyed I can't even begin
Okay,
to tell
sorry.
you how annoyed I am.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you actually work with this landlord, wait it out for the year, or would you just pull the plug after the fire?
Pull the plug and get out of there.
He seems to be a decent guy. I mean, what would you do? Would you work with him or not?
No, I wouldn't work with him.
You'd say, hey, dude, sayonara.
Yep. I'd be bye.
You're nodding?
Cancel, yeah, definitely cancel.
Why?
Yeah. You know, it's business. It's
Business is business.
business. Yes, yes, yes.
I got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
You should be winning this case. Unless you're greedy and you just threw out the $3,300 and it wasn't $3,300. You should be winning this case.
not.
And if you paid with cash, you should have receipts as a business person. And if you paid with a bunch of money orders, you should have the money orders. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you 1 week to provide me with proof of money orders.
You have it.
Okay?
You'll
and
have it.
don't just provide me with proof of any money orders. I want to see that they were deposited into the account of the people who hand wrote all this.
You're going to have
Okay.
everything.
7
Dee.
days.
7 days. Thank you.
What are you looking at me like that for? What do you mean?
I just feel like, I mean, we're here. We might as well just go ahead and settle it.
And
You gotta
lots of
get it
times I do that. And first of all, she's going to get $800. I can tell you that much is going to happen. The question is, what is she going to get beyond that? Sometimes I can use my discretion to turn around and say, you've got X amount of days. I do it maybe half of the time. I pick this time. You know why?
Because I'm goofy and greedy.
Well, the ball's now in the court of the plaintiff. You have that amount of time to
Right, and I absolutely
Present.
thank her for that.
So what do you do from here now?
I go find my contractors, get their records, and not a letter.
Yeah, you didn't think you needed to have that when you walked in here?
No, I'm sorry.
You thought she was just going to gift you all this money?
No. I thought that was sufficient because that's what they told me. Well, all you need is a letter. I won't do that again. I will have the copies of the receipts as well as
Could you just
pictures.
clarify what was this, that, and the other, that part of the conversation you had with him when you said, or I'll do, what's this, that, and the
It
other?
was like, you gonna have to deal with me about that money.
Okay, I'll accept that. All right, you said head right around the corner there.
Thank you.
Good luck getting your stuff together there. All right, come on in here, Mr. Greedy.
Mr. Greedy.
What happens next with you?
I
You
guess
just wait to go down?
I wait to hear what Her Honor has to say. I couldn't be more disappointed in how she ruled today or give it more time. I was fully prepared with my case. Plaintiff had plenty of time to prepare her case. She wasn't prepared. I feel like I won today.
That's it from in here, Harvey.
Okay, so the plaintiff actually provided the necessary documents for the renovations and got $2,450. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.